Here we are in the basement, about ready to take on the TrainerRoad ramp test. So I did the math. I just looked at my TrainerRoad calendar for the last few months, 12 weeks actually, and I am 89% compliant to the plan. So this year, I did the plan builder. You can see the video review I did on plan builder in the past, and really happy with how that goes because it definitely kicked me into base a lot longer than I would have anticipated. So I'm excited to see what that does for today's results on the ramp test. 19 minutes and 29 seconds. I want that to be running through my head that, 89% compliant is really quite good at the high volume level, I feel like. This morning I weighed 175 pounds. So I guess I'm still around there somewhere. I have had 2 drinks of alcohol in the past 3 weeks, which I feel really good at. I hasn't really lost any weight, but I feel good. I would say my eating has been like, okay, not great. I'm gonna live stream this one and have my fans ready, have my water ready, have my towels ready. I think that's all the stuff. Like it's in my head that I've gotta do this test really well. And if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna be crushed. It's okay. It's okay. We're still going to have a great year of racing bikes. I promise. Doesn't really matter how this test goes. But I want it to go well. We're doing the plan builder this year, so I dove into TrainerRoad and I went and looked at the statistics that I did in 2018 to 2019 and then versus 2019 to 2020. And I want you to understand what TrainerRoad is doing for me with some pretty clear numbers instead of just my experience. I want it to be something that you can learn from as well. Using plan builder has been a total shift in how I approach TrainerRoad. So last year when I did it, I did a shorter build, well 6 weeks build or base, and then I went into build, which is kind of how the system was set up in TrainerRoad when you were doing it yourself if you didn't pay a lot of attention on how to manipulate things. So with plan builder, it totally changes. It makes it so easy to really use their recommendation engine instead of coming up with your own stuff. So I went into plan builder. It put me in 12 weeks of base, which is a little bit more than I would have anticipated. I just started build now, and I got a good bump on my FTP. I just want to interrupt right here because I see a lot of people posting on the TrainerRoad forum that they're not seeing improvements after base, and that's totally normal. I did have a big improvement, but probably more importantly, I had a huge improvement in my ability to maintain and sustain power at a higher level than I was previously. Now last year I got an increase, but it was only 1%. This year I got a 5% increase. Last year versus this year in terms of total TSS, I put in 20% more work. Compliance thing is interesting. Last year I was 93% compliance, but again I dropped it to mid-volume. This year I've been 89% compliant up until similar dates. And there's this concept as you approach your season is that you're baking this cake, right? And you don't want to mess up your cake by taking it out too early or leaving it in too long. Like there's just this right amount of time that is going through your head to get things right. So I know that I have a little bit of stress about not messing up my cake. And then I was also just thinking about this time of year, like I really like the workman kind of process to this time of year with base. So I get outside with a little bit of fat biking, I do my work in the basement on the base phase, and then I know that cake is going to be ready when I get into build and get into start racing. So I'm super excited about the 2020 season. I hope you are too. Let me know in the comments, like what are you doing this year versus last year to make yourself a little bit better? All right, so the end result of all this was that after this long extended base phase, I ended up achieving the holy grail of cycling, which is the 4 watts per kilo number. So when I started this test, I was 175 pounds. That's, 79.3 kilograms. My FTP as a result of this test was 322. That's 4.06 watts per kilo. And I'm quite happy with that at this time of year because I really haven't even started, well, I know I haven't started any building. I haven't gone over FTP. And last year, if I'm looking at how that course ran, I went from 306 to start, and that was after 4 weeks of a Zwift FTP boosting program, so pretty good start. Then I got a 308, again at only a 1% improvement after base, and then after the build I ended up at 334, which is pretty strong. It blew me away, actually. If you remember the video from last year, I couldn't believe the results. I had to triple check to make sure that was right. So now this year, I start at 306. I finish base at 322, which is 5% better roughly. And then we'll see where we go after the build. No pressure. My concern with getting better after the build is that when I hit that wall during this test of 352 watts, you'll see here in the video, it was a brick wall. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get past that. I really have no idea. So we'll see. If I do get past it, it's going to be a huge confidence builder going into racing for 2020 season. And that's really the thing I want to pass along to you, is that as you embark on your racing for 2020 season, it doesn't matter how fast you are, where you finish. I just want you to think about all the work that you put in. And then when you start racing, you're on the start line, you're getting ready to go, like, reduce those jitters, because you know you've done the work to be there. You've earned your spot. You can do this. You can race your bike. All right, race fam, thanks for watching the video today. I hope that you are excited for your 2020 race season. Again, it doesn't matter if you race fast or race slow, or if you're a Cat 5 or a Cat 1. The goal on this channel is to grow our sport, grow our knowledge, and grow our fitness, and hopefully I'm delivering that to you. If I am, please consider subscribing. Please tell your friend or family about this channel. We have some really fun stuff coming up. I've got a collaboration in the works with a few other cycling YouTubers, so excited to see that. Comment down below, like, what are you doing? Again, what are you doing this year differently to improve your racing or the amount of fun you're having on a bike this year? Is it a new bike, a new training program, a new platform? What are you up to? Let's hear it. All right, thanks for watching the channel today. I really appreciate it. Brian Davis Races, and you can too.